What is up, folks? This is Ericast, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Alright, so we are going to head into this final memory. And I was thinking about telling you guys, yeah, why not? Why there's so many bloodstains here. Alright, so the other option, you have two options. You've got three total options with our dear friend in Aldea's keep, or whatever it's called. His laboratory. So you can talk to him when you're undead and he'll send you out on missions, which is the one that we chose. You can talk to him while you're completely alive, and you'll talk to his sane half. You can do the third option, which is release him, and he'll haunt you throughout your journeys. And that's what all of this is. So he'll come out and kill you. Basically. He's no pushover. So, yeah. He hunts down NPCs and then he'll hunt down you. Interesting. Reminds me of someone we once knew in Demon Souls. Alright, so what I want to do is use a human effigy. And I'm going to go down here. That one's Benhart. Do we want to use Benhart or do we want to use Captain Drummond? Let's just use Drummond for now. I think I normally use Benhart. But yeah. So this area is a pain in the butt. This is the final memory that you have to deal with, and you have that to deal with. Alright, so I'm going to go get this bonfire ascetic. You do get a decent amount of souls just... Yeah, okay. So you have to stand back a little further than I was standing. I thought I was still safe, but nope. Oh, and there's a head that rolled across the ramparts. So I will probably be dying quite a few times doing this. I will, however, show you the best way to get through. And actually, I'm not going to summon anybody this time. You don't really need to, but if you're looking for Benhart's armor and his sword, then I would definitely summon him because you're probably going to need to. We used some of the DLC to get the number that we needed. Number of summons that he lived through. Oh, I shouldn't have run. I should have waited, I think. Okay, so if you're back a little bit, you're fine. But if you... I need one more. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I just wanted that to land. Alright. So, this will block his path. I can't remember where the safe spot is for the next one. I think... Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's back a little bit. Okay, yeah, so this guy is the Giant Lord. Ow. He's easier to kill with spells, I think, than he is as melee, but we're melee. Ow. And I was going to roll, but I didn't have time to. So, what you do as ranged is you stand up there, and down here you just have to dodge his attacks. So I would do one attack and then wait and then let him attack again. He's gonna swipe all around him, so just realize that he's pretty nasty. He hits hard. You can stomp as well. That second one was kind of risky. Okay. One more attack. Yep, he's dead. Okay. That actually went a whole lot better than it usually does for me. And he gives you 75,000 souls, as well as a Giant Lord soul and a Giant's Kinship, which we're gonna need later to beat the game. Alright, so I want to grab this. What is this? This is a fire seed. Okay, so it's an upgrade for our pyromancy, but that, you know, we haven't upgraded nor have we used. Alright, I want to see what that is. I can't remember. I don't think it's anything special. Old radiant life gem. Okay, we've got to run out of here now. Otherwise we're going to get hit. It's not going to kill us. But we've got over 10,000 souls, so... Okay. And say, I don't remember anything be down here, but Soul of a Giant. Examine. Alright, so there's something else that we need to do now as well. But you'll notice that we're not getting invaded. This is the time that you'll be invaded, by the way, if you let him loose. If you haven't, then there's nothing to worry about. So Twinkling Titanite ×2 and Fragrant Branch of Yore. That's what was standing over this area that you were in the past, and you're like, I wonder what that is. For some reason we didn't get this item over here, so let's go ahead and get it. And then we'll use our feather. Life gem ×3. Figured it wouldn't be that great, but let's use our feather. We can get out here the old-fashioned way, but why when we can just do that? But yeah, so the giant souls, if you remember when we visited the king, he was very resilient to our damage. Extremely resilient. Hey, have we seen you before? Hello. But if you collect these giant souls, he gets more and more able to take damage. His defense drops significantly. I am not going to go for the 5th soul because the 5th soul is the big dragon that we saw. The big ancient dragon. And that guy is a pain. A real pain. But we've got a lot of different things that we need to go do now. So let's go ahead and finish some of that stuff up. Alright, so let's go ahead and first we're going to head to Majula and buy some spells, actually. Now, why are we buying spells? Well, let's just say I hope we can buy spells. Because I have certain item that might mean that a certain person is not going to be here. Oh, she is. Wonderful.
You've had quite a journey, I can see. You must have a glorious number of souls by now. What a wonderful feeling that must be.
Yes. And I actually do want to buy the stuff from you. Actually, not that one. But I will... I do want at least one of everything. And that's just me, being me. I don't want to buy 47 of all these things. 51 of that one. Oh, we can actually buy a lot of these lightning spears. Interesting. I don't think you should be able to do that. Homeward, before you get the feather, Homeward is actually something that's really nice to have. But I'm pretty sure you get to keep the feather, even in New Game Plus, so...
May
really
the power of miracles be with... Offer your souls to the gods.
I only spent those with you because I won't be able to do it later. But now I'm going to go level up because levels are awesome. Alright, so we haven't leveled our shield up, but I'm not really
bearer of until
into all that much. It doesn't really offer that much benefit unless you're using it like to block and such. Okay, we can do 2 levels, I thought so. But let's go ahead and take this up to 30. That's a really good point to be at in New Game. After that, I'm trying to think of what I want to put into them. I might just keep going. We'll just have to see. At least this with 11,000. Okay. I'm not too worried about that. But let's go ahead and head back down here and have a chat with somebody. As you notice, we got the message that the crushed eye orb was stirring. Crushed eye stirs. Invade the world of a traitor. Yes, indeed. She was the one that's been trying to kill us. She visited us several times.
Puzzled me out, have you? At least now I can finish you off guilt-free.
So, she has a lot of miracles that are extremely powerful. When she starts to cast them, get away. That one, not very nice. But she has more that are a lot more painful. Oh, yeah, see, that hurts. It doesn't look like it hurts. But yeah, she can heal herself. She can do anything that you can do with miracles, pretty much. So just be aware that this isn't going to be the easiest fight. In fact, ow. Her lightning spears are really fast. Okay. I was gonna say, I hope that doesn't hit me. But she's pretty stunnable if you have a pretty heavy weapon. Okay. And it's never easy to know whether she's going to cast a healing spell, although she does get down on her knees when she does do that. Oh. I wish I would have been able to follow through with that, but I didn't have any stamina left. Yeah, ow. That hurts. I really want to get a backstab on her, but she hasn't been all that willing to let me do so. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Yeah, know that. Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, so, Rotunda Lockstone. Hey, it wasn't a miracle that you used. Wait a minute. Soothing Sunlight. Which is a heal, but I think you can heal the people that you're with. Idol's Chime, obviously a miracle caster thingy, and all the saint stuff, which is kind of like the armor that you get from Strayed, except for it's for faith instead of intelligence. So I think it takes faith to be able to wear it. I know that the hood will end up giving you an additional like 2 faith if you wear it. So might be something that you think about using. Might not. But let's go ahead and move on from here since we've taken care of her. But she's not going to be there anymore to change the path or buy spells from. So just realize that after you do that, there's no going back. Alright, so now we want to, let's go ahead and head to Aldea's Keep and talk to our dear friend Maniac, who apparently summoned a demon inside of himself. And Lucatiel's gone, which is sad. But it's the way things are, unfortunately. Are those going to come after me? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, let's head up here. And... okay. I'm just waiting for anything to happen. Huh. It's very confusing. So... these guys that you summon with the fire, they don't actually count towards the total that we talked about an episode or 2 ago. And that lever releases our friend over here. So if you want to release them, switch the lever. If you don't, then I would advise against it.
Fine work. This is my thanks. Take it. Now let's discuss our next mark. I want you to kill one more. Your target is Felkin the Hexer. As proof, bring me that peculiar scepter of his. What do you say? Yes, very good. But he will be formidable. Be cautious.
So Falcon's going to be a bit more of a problem, because if you remember last time we tried to talk to him, he wouldn't talk to us. He's the one that has like the leopard kind of hood on that sits in the dark facing a wall. He teaches you dark spells, but you have to have enough intelligence and enough faith before he'll actually talk to you. So he might be a problem because we don't have much of either. We have 13 faith. I don't know. We have 10 intelligence. So I'm going to have to see. But we'll do that at another time. Alright, so let's go ahead and now we're just kind of wrapping up things before we move on to the DLC. Where I want to go is here. Let's go ahead and go to the Undead Ditch and kill ourselves a king. Now, he doesn't go down very easily, I'll tell you that. And his attacks, well, I'll probably live through 2 or 3 of them just because I have a good amount of health, but you're not necessarily going to have that much health. So usually you can live through 1 attack. That's the way it's been in the past when I fought him. Is that I've lived through 1 attack, then you can heal from there. But you don't really want to take 2. Okay. I was more concerned about hitting the bell than I was about taking damage, so that was why I was facing the wall and attacking. I'm still a little worried about this guy. Didn't hit it? Good. Phew. Not that it would have been that much of a problem. I mean, these guys aren't that hard to kill when you're killing them individually, but I'm sure you guys remember what that was like, how many more that you had to kill. Alright. So maybe that wasn't the best idea, but I just kind of wanted to get through these guys. Alright. So now that there's only one of you, I'll just backstab you, because that's just the easiest way to kill you. Goodbye. You're dead. Although I don't know if I'd really call that a backstab, because you're like swinging it at them and then just like totally flipping them around. I don't know. Anyway, so let's cast this on our weapon. It's not going to last for long, but it'll give us a little bit of damage. Do not bother blocking attacks. You might block one of them. Might. And that's fairly unlikely. Actually doing a decent amount of damage to him. But you've got to have a lot of stamina. Pretty much as much stamina as I have, and you have to have 100% block on your sword. If you don't, then you might just die from it. But basically, this is one of those fights that people make fun of, because hug his right leg, you know, stay behind him, and this is how you kill him. I would not use spells. Try not to let him get near a wall, because then you can get stuck and hit. His overhead attacks are easy to dodge. His sweep is a little less so. Hope you guys can see this, because I am not using a torch. Because I need as much damage on him as I can get. Alright, so he's getting a little too close to that wall. Let's go ahead and back up. Yeah, he has a really long sword. He'll also jump at you. So be wary of that. Like that. Oh! And we rolled right into his leg, so... yeah. But the whole fight is like this, and it just takes a while. That's the big deal about this fight, is you just have to be patient. Because even with 4 of the giant souls, he has a lot of defense. So just be patient, and he'll eventually go down. The big deal that makes him hard is that you just can't screw up. That's the hard part about this fight. It's not that his attack set, his move set is that difficult. Ow. Yeah, you see, I can take probably 2 hits. Oh. Ow. Yeah, see. And as soon as you mess up, things start to snowball. And that's when you end up dying. Okay, I need to get him away from this wall. So let's go ahead and back him up. Yeah, I'm kind of doubting you guys can see this. And if you can't, then I'm really, really sorry. But at least my dialogue might be able to help you a little bit when you fight him yourself. Alright, so... yeah, even 315 damage a hit is just not doing much. Even if you're a spellcaster, I would still use this strat. Just stay close to him, and it's easier to dodge his attacks. Now, obviously, you're going to have to lock onto him if you're a spellcaster, but while you're moving around, I would only lock onto him while you're actually casting a spell. And then other times, I would just not. Or you can use a melee weapon. I think what I usually do is use a melee weapon. Even if it takes a long time. Use like your soul lances on him. And then from there on, go ahead and that's how you dodge those attacks, by the way. Oh, and I'm gonna get hit. Ah, crap. I just died. When it was only a couple hits to kill him, I got a little too greedy. And that's exactly the problem. Let's say it's not that he's hard, it's that you can get impatient, and that's when you die. So I'm going to go ahead and kill him, and I will be back with you guys when that's done. Alright? Alrighty folks, so he's finally dead. It took me a few more tries, but he's gone, and he gave us a lot of souls. So, awesome. But there's something else that we want to do. It's a memory of sorts. Yes, it is a memory, but... interesting. Eh? Alright, let's go ahead and put... I don't think you have to have the crown on, but he'll have extended dialogue once you have a number of crowns.
Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. I am Vendrick, ruler of Drang Lake. Seeker of fire, deliverer of crowns. What do you see in the flames? Find the crowns and your own answers. The crowns hold the strength of lords from times long past. Seek adversity, as befits you, Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. I am no king. I am more fit to be a jester. I was unaware of my own blindness. We are feeble vessels with feebler souls. We would cast aside the prop of life only to face greater hardship. Are you another such fool, or something more? I fail to see your design, young moth. But I see very little these days.
Okay, so he's talking a little bit about... Oh, that's interesting. Um, he's talking a little bit about his own rule and basically saying that we should not follow in his footsteps. But what exactly is he talking about? He's talking about his queen and his failure to see her her plans for him. And we will see a little bit of that ourselves in a moment. But first, we're going to end the episode. So we're going to go ahead and head back to Majula, use a few of our levels, and then move on from there. I did also look up to see exactly how much int and faith we need to not kill our friendly hexer. And it only takes, I think, 7 of each to get him to talk to us. But it takes 20 of each to get him to give us his staff and armor. So, are we going to go that far? It's going to take a lot of levels. We might. We might.
Bearer of the curse, I will always be at your side until hope has fully withered.
So at this point, I can kind of talk about Shenalot here. It's been wondered if she is our own queen, and she too is a Shard of Manus. But what would she be? I don't know. And I kind of don't think that she is. I mean, that's my own personal opinion, but I don't get the feeling that she is actually supposed to be our queen the way Nishandra was for Vendrick and oh, I'm drawing a blank of what the corruption queen was. What was she? What was her name? Her name was Alana, the Squalid Queen. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but I think that's kind of reaching to say that that Shenalot's actually one of the Shards of Manus as well. But I don't know. You can draw that conclusion for yourself. But yeah, so that's going to wrap up this episode. It's going to be a bit shorter. I'm trying to throw in some of these slightly shorter episodes because I've had a lot of really long episodes that are like 45 minutes. So I'm trying to even that out for you guys so you don't have a ton of really long episodes that you have to watch. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.